everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm going to be trying out the what's it called, the trend like with the pigments and the stamper and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to give it a go. I have just had a practice run and I'm not going to lie to you, it went drastically wrong. So I've tried once, I'm going to give it another go. I've watched Kirsty Meakin's video on it, which is really helpful because I didn't actually watch that before my first go, and then I did it, it went awfully wrong and I was thinking, what the hell have I done wrong? And then I watched her video and it all made sense on what I'd done wrong. So I'm hoping that that trial run was really useful, because now hopefully this time round it's going to go really well. So I've got my black nail ready. That's been in the lamp for 60 seconds, so it's fully cured. I've got my stamper ready. I am actually using a really small stamp, just because this is one that I just don't care about, so I'm happy to use this one. Doesn't matter to me whether I ruin it or not, so it's not an issue. So I'm just going to go in with the colours that I'm going to be using, which is, they're all from Tia's Beauty. This one is called Orange. That thing up there is just a bit where my stamper is broken. Don't worry about it. It was already broken. I've not just done it here now, so it's not a problem. Like I said, it's an old one anyway. Always keep old stuff ready for things like this. So I'm going in with these colours. We're doing orange. This was apricot that I've just applied, and then I'm going in with yellow. And then just blending it up into those colours that I've already applied. I don't need a huge stamper anyway because my nail is very small, so it's not an issue. So I'm just applying that to the whole nail. And then once I've done that, I am just going to get my fluffy duster brush and just dust off in case there's any excess chilling on there. And then I'm going to get my white stamping polish. Now, Kirsty used gel in hers, so I'm not sure whether this is actually going to work or not, but I'm determined to at least give it a go. We will soon find out. If it doesn't, then we will revert to gel. It's not a problem, but for now, we're going to give this a go. So I'm basically just applying this, and then I'm going to wait for it to dry for a few seconds, because luckily this is a stamping polish. I've applied it really thinly, and stamping polish really does dry really quick. So we're going to give it like a minute or so, and then we're going to do the next step. But what I am going to do is on my black nail, I'm going to do a coat of Foil Me, because obviously it has a really good tacky layer, because it's literally meant to be sticky. And my black gel polish from Diamond Glitters Gel Perfection is basically without a tacky layer at all. Like, I actually use this black for chrome without putting top coat on it, so it really doesn't have a tacky layer. And I think we're going to need that for this sort of thing. So I'm copying Kirsty's idea with the foil gel, because usually I just put a base coat on, but sometimes base coats can be more like wet than sticky. So this is good timing anyway, because obviously I want this to dry a little bit so it will crack hopefully. So this is good timing, because then by the time I've put my foil gel in the lamp, by the time it comes out, obviously it'll have been a minute, so hopefully we can get straight into it. But we shall see. So obviously please do bear in mind that this isn't the type of video where I'm actually like showing you what to do sort of thing. This is more of one of my like experimental ones that I do sometimes just to try new trends and stuff. So don't take my word for it. Obviously if it goes well, then absolutely use the method that I've used. But if it doesn't, don't shout at me. Like, the whole point of it is to see like how easy it is. And it's obviously becoming quite popular now because I'm seeing it all over the place, so I just thought it'd be cool to try it out. So we've got our nail ready. I'm then just going to take this out of here, and I'm hoping that it's dried enough to be able to like crack it. Ooh, no, I was cracking on the outside, but I need it to do it like all the way through, which is proving difficult. It's really unhelpful actually using such a small one. Would have been much easier, much easier with a larger stamping head, but I actually quite like my large ones and I use them, so it's not ideal really. I'm just going to keep like sort of I'm trying to roll it, but because it's so small it's really tricky. I'm just going to keep playing with it because obviously as it dries it might get easier to crack, which is what we want. So I'm just going to keep going with it, not giving in just yet. Just realised I'm not even in focus. So basically this is all I'm going to do. So I'm going to keep going and just hope that eventually, because it is starting to, there is more areas starting to break up, which is good. Let's just see if we can. It's too small. Like I don't have the patience to mess around with something this small. Definitely would use a bigger, oh, there we go, it's starting to. Definitely would use a bigger stamper. I think that would make all the difference in this. Would make it much easier. I'm accidentally putting my nails in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and at least try and just get one of the little like edges on here, see if it's worked for even a little bit. Ooh, sort of. That bit doesn't want to stick down. There we go. So it's sort of that sort of effect. Obviously it's not cracked, which is the main point of it. Oh, here we go. We're cracking now. So that's it. You obviously just have to wait a bit longer for it to set more. That's the main thing. So I'm just going to pull it now. Which way round is it? So I'm going to pull it like this. As you can see, it's starting to crack. So you want that to happen. And then once it does, I could have gone a lot, what's the word? I can't think of the word. A lot thinner with the polish, which would have obviously helped. But here we go. So I'm just going to place it on. I love that. I actually really like that. Obviously, it would be better if it was a little bit more cracked, but we can work on it. It's fine. It's good. It's a really effective sort of design. It's very different. I like it. I do like different. I'm just going to turn it around and use this bit up here for down there. Some yellow. Just making sure it's all nice and flat, and then we can top coat. But I actually really like how it turned out. I'm obviously going to try it again, and this time I will use a much thinner amount of the polish, and I will also definitely wait until it's actually dried instead of like going straight in and being really impatient, which is just the way I do absolutely everything. So I'm just using my lint roller to get the pigment off of my stamping head. It's not doing a great job, but it is getting it off, which is good. It's probably because my lint roller is actually covered in stuff already, so it's not working because of that. So I'm just going to get a fresh one and then see if that helps. There we go. I'm just going to go over it a couple of times. It's definitely getting it off, which is handy. Just want to use some different colours this time, so it would be helpful if I could get as much off as possible. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. So definitely use a stamper that you're not really bothered about. So I'm just going to top coat this one so we can see what it looks like. Oh, it's shiny. This is really cool. I love this. I'm seeing it quite a lot at the moment on Instagram. So I thought I'd give it a go. I like to keep up with what's going on. I definitely double top coat. I'm not going to with this one because it is literally just like a practice run, so I don't really care about it being perfect. But I would definitely top coat twice, or like base then top or something, just to get it nice and smooth and everything. But I really actually like how that turned out. Like I've got a lot of pitting because obviously there's bits sticking up and things. But yeah, let's move on and try again once more, and then we'll see if it works any better second time. I'm going to do it on white this time, just to see if it's still as like effective, or whether it is just one of those things that looks best on black, because I've not actually seen it done on any other colours yet. Not that like it's not out there, but I just mean I haven't seen it, so it'd be fun for me to do as like an experiment for myself, because I haven't saw it. So I've just put a coat of Foil Me from Sparkle Supplies UK on there, and I've put it in the lamp for 60 seconds. and then we'll see how that goes. So while we're doing that, I'm going to put the pigments on here. I'm going to try and fit as many different colours on here as I can this time. Well, I'll say as many. I've got 6, so we'll go with that. So again, we're just going in with the pigments. I'm just going to pop the orange here because that is where the orange was last time and it's already still got orange on. So I'm just going to go with that, and then I'm going in with the lighter orange next to it just because it'll blend into that nice and easy. I'm not really bothered about the blend as such because obviously it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to be putting any old random bits of it all over the nail anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference. But it is, I do prefer to put them next to each other, like the types of colours that match, like they don't match, but obviously that will blend together nicely. So I'll put the green, the yellow here, and then I'll put the green next to the yellow and then the blue after that. Just because I'm hoping the green will blend into the yellow a bit better than any other colour. So I'm just rubbing that in. And then last but not least, we'll go in with some blue. And then just rub it in. The blue is obviously not going to blend in very well, but I like to put it next to the pink because then it creates a bit of purple. And I don't have a purple pigment, so it's nice to have a bit of purple on it without actually needing a pigment of purple. That's handy. And then I'm just going to again go in with my brush and just dust off any excess to make sure that there isn't any before I put my polish on, because I don't want it to contaminate my polish. So this time, again, I'm just going to go in with the white, but I'm going to make sure it's nice and thin. I'm not packing it on this time. It doesn't really matter if it's full coverage because obviously we're going to be cracking it anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'm just going to put it on super, super thin. I'm basically just dragging it across the nail this time, because basically all the white does at the background is obviously just makes the neon pigments brighter, especially to put over black. But this time we're putting it over white anyway, so I'm not really too bothered. And obviously the white is the bit that cracks. So I've just put it on really, really thin, and we're going to wait and see how this one goes. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes and then we'll start trying to crack it again. Obviously for now I don't really know what I'm doing, but when I have like mastered it a bit better and like I feel like I can actually show you how to do it properly and know that every time I do it it's going to go well, I will do another video on it when I've had more practice. But for now this is just an experimenting one just to show you how my first attempts go, because it's all well and good seeing people on YouTube and Instagram like do everything really well, but then you've got to like remember that they don't always do it really well. So there is obviously times before it goes well that it didn't, and I like to be able to show that sometimes, just so you know that we are all the same, and we all find things difficult. So I've took this out of the stamper and I'm just going to start trying to crack it again. Definitely not made my life easy by doing it on such a small stamping head, but it's fine. I'm going to try and use... Okay, so just had a slight interruption. So this should be well and truly dried now because I had to leave my room for a little while. So luckily I've definitely left it a long time this time. So it'll crack hopefully easier. Here we go. So it's still only cracking like in big cracks, not little ones, but it's fine. I'm going with it. It's all good. So I'm going to apply up here. Ooh, that's jazzy. Do you know what? This reminds me of that crackled effect polish you used to be able to get. And to be fair, at the time of that being out, I hated it. So I'm not sure why this effect has come back round, but there you go. And then I'm going to apply down here as well, just to get some different colours on here. Definitely do need the foil gel though, because it's not... I don't think it'd be easy to apply just on a gel polish tacky layer, because they are quite like... It's almost like pieces of something. Twisted it around a bit. It's gone out of focus again. There we go. And then I'm going to put a bit from up here down here. I'm basically covering most of this nail. I've just picked off a bit of there by accident, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. But I'm actually really loving this, you know. I really like it on white as well. Like, it's really effective. Obviously, if that bit didn't peel off there, it would have been much better. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to stick again now because it's already stuck and then unstuck, so I've ruined that bit, but never mind. But yeah, I really like this. It's different. I've just peeled off another thing down here, but there you go. So I'm definitely going to learn from the mistakes I made in this one and like pay more attention to practicing this technique because I think it's absolutely beautiful. Obviously this one's not perfect, but it's fine. Like I said, this isn't teaching you how to do it, and I, like everyone else, like struggle at first and then will improve as I do it because I'll learn more as I go along. And I've definitely learned a lot from these 2 attempts, especially because my first one was so dreadful. If you just saw that, you'd definitely see that I've come a long way. But yeah, I'm really happy actually with how they've turned out. So hope you enjoyed the video. I know obviously it's not a tutorial video, but I actually quite enjoyed this. So I'm just having a play around. And I hope you did too. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye!